Good evening. I'll share a few of my personal observations on the Saraswati Kunj Society, which is located in Gurgaon. Now, this society has been embroiled in disputes for the last 30 years, and there is a bunch of litigation which is also ongoing at the Punjab and Haryana High Court. Interestingly, there was a committee which was appointed called the Sharma Committee to help resolve some of the issues which were long-standing in this Saraswati Kunj Co-operative House Building Society. Now, interestingly, the terms of the reference of this committee are quite widely worded. They have been detailed here. According to me, this committee went wrong and its report has been challenged because ultimately what it did was to try and evolve a via media in whatever manner it thought best. At the same time, I think a couple of points which need to be noted are that there is a very clear general body resolution of the society which says that the criterion ought to have been adopted for seniority of members was first come, first served. So this was in the meeting dated 6th of October 1996. Now the committee report has completely skipped it over, and I think that's more important because there is a specific provision under section 25 of the Haryana Cooperative Societies Act 1984 which says that the final authority has to vest in the general body. So therefore a general body meeting has to decide the criteria of inter-se seniority, and according to me, at best this body or this committee report rather is a mere fact-finding recommendatory body. Now, whether a general body meeting should be utilized to fix the criteria of inter-se seniority. So I think if we have section 25 subsection 3D, it says the general body meeting of the cooperative society shall be held for the purpose of review of the state of affairs of the society, including list of defaulters along with amount of default. So here's the thing, I think this aspect ought to have gone to the general body. Now, given that there is a lot of conundrum which has been ensuing over the years, and therefore there is a possibility that this issue may have ultimately resulted in some kind of a deadlock or not reached a solution if it had gone to the general body. At the same time, so I think even if that is assumed to be correct, I still think that the Sharma committee has not done a very good job, because the criterion they've framed is provides for inter-se seniority based on your dates of making complete payment in respect of the housing units. Now, while I think that that's not a bad way of proceeding, according to me, what the Sharma committee ought to have done, it should have kept the making of complete payments only as an eligibility condition, and all of those persons who did fulfill that eligibility condition then ought to have been arranged in an inter-se seniority based on their date of induction as members, that is the first come first serve criteria. So nonetheless, this will be an interesting matter to follow. So the lead case which is in the ongoing bunch at the High Court is CWP 11924 of 2019. I'm also told that there is a petition which has challenged the very constitution of this Sharma committee. So all of these matters are pending in the High Court, and ultimately the judgment and the observations of the court in this case will be interesting to follow.